How's everybody doing on this lovely Friday afternoon? Thank goodness it's Friday. I'm your host, Brain44, and we're coming at you with a brand new episode of Downloadable Brain, where we love the sound of our voice just a little bit less each day, but every day somebody talks and we just couldn't help ourselves but chime in. So let's get involved, ladies and gentlemen. To constantly pick at certain individuals whenever it is convenient for them, or just to make them feel better, is something I like to call cruelty culture. It's some sort of humiliation, dominance, or karma avoidance where a truly vile and disgusting psychopath energy projects their hate onto people who do nothing to them. Since it happens to me, I'm here to discuss the topic, but also hopefully inspire others who have ever experienced a lot of cruel and unnecessary judgment to stick up for themselves. Understand that your feelings are very valid, and nobody can really tell you that it's wrong for you to be judged and not feel the need to act out. Nobody can ever take away your unique talents, abilities, or creativity, even if they try to. There's no such thing as destiny swapping, unfortunately. I don't believe in anything specifically related to destiny. I just believe the world is made up of time and energy. So whatever you focus your time and energy on is what you actually end up becoming. I always said I'm a musician. That's something I'm always going to do with myself. I never stopped and I kept at it throughout the years. But at one point I felt so defeated and low due to the poor judgment towards me and betrayal from people in my life that I questioned everything I ever did with music. I'll be careful not to give the harvester too much of an ego boost for that, if they're listening, but the reason I'm sharing it is to hopefully create and inspire change within others. Some other people may be too afraid to stick up for themselves, or at least talk to somebody else about it if they're being abused. The cruel reality is that sometimes nobody cares, but when you care about yourself and you respect yourself, you value your efforts, talents, and contributions. No matter what anybody says about you, they choose to abuse you, or what they say to others to damage your reputation. You do not let the words and actions of others define who you are. Isn't it so funny when somebody takes a vulnerable person, picks at them for their weaknesses, and cheers on their destruction? But when these people experience hardships of their own, they stop laughing and they start evaluating their own lives. It's nobody's fault people experience hardships, unless they all group together to intentionally create conflict and hardships in another person's life. That's the cruelty aspect of social media, and I'd love to talk about it. I did a call to action challenging others to put out a TikTok challenge. We want to cancel cruelty culture. So the idea behind this is to hashtag cancel cruelty culture. You can talk about it on TikTok, shoot your own videos on Facebook or Instagram. You can make YouTube videos about it, whatever. By the way, search up Spiritual Advisor Official on YouTube if you're unfamiliar with my work, depending on what platform you're listening on right now. Just get that hashtag trending of cancel cruelty culture so that every time somebody picks apart a vulnerable person and they get rewarded for their bad behavior, we call judgment on them for their inappropriate actions towards people that they may not even know and people that may have never even done anything to them. I made a very specific graphic for this hashtag, and here's what it has to say. No tyrant, nor energy vampire, nor narcissistic abuser will hurt or control me. So yeah, when people treated me like shit just for doing something I valued, and when they all turned against me just for being my own unique self, it hurt at first. I made a decision that I would never cry another tear at the expense of a negative Nancy or a hateful Henry, and I no longer do. I always say no reaction at all is an appropriate reaction, but everybody gets to a point where they just need to stick up for themselves, and I reached that point quite a while ago. I don't need to explain myself to diabolical people. They all know those lies about me don't carry weight, but I do need to actually legitimately speak out about injustices going around on every social media platform. No matter which one it is, it's just hate culture. Fight and argue with this person or that person, and you will be rewarded in the form of validation for being disrespectful, unethical, and mean. That doesn't sit well with me at all. At first, I just kind of thought, well, the hell with it. If this is the way people are going to act on social media, I have no business even being a content creator or musician. But then I just got to the point where I said, I do have some talent to share, and the world needs to hear it. And upon doing that, I discovered there's more. I can do a podcast, I can do motivational content, I can discuss spirituality. Maybe I can help some of these people heal the way I've healed myself. And that's been my biggest ambition from the day I got started on my new YouTube channel. So if you're listening on a platform outside of YouTube, please do feel free to check out Spiritual Advisor Official. Sometimes I just play guitar or tell jokes or be goofy, but the main plan for that entire channel is to hopefully heal somebody aside from just working on myself. I also need to bring awareness to cruelty culture, because when sickos get their jollies off on hurting others who may just need a positive word of encouragement or a helping hand, I will always be there to be that voice of reason, that person who says this is not okay, not only because I respect myself and value who I am, but because what these people try to do to me, they do to many others and get away with it. The thing you need to understand about cruelty culture is that without the element of cruelty, abuse, and narcissism, they have no real supply. If all they are doing is talking about you, that's all they really got going on. Watch somebody creative on any platform, I don't care which one it is, and study how they do business. Maybe they don't like the way a person looks or talks. Maybe they hate that that person has a certain talent that they do not possess for themselves, so they put them down. But watch a creative person just work without even mentioning anybody else, just doing their own thing. That's what I look for on YouTube or any other platform. Maybe these people who feel the need to chime in on others' lives even hate themselves, and the only type of pick-me-up they get is to bring others down. You're looking at a total expert on bullies. As a man who was picked apart my entire life by abusers and psychopaths, however, just because they picked me apart when I was weak and I didn't know who I was yet, does not mean now I have not discovered my truest potential and becoming that voice of reason. Something I added recently to my profile description is that I cancel cruelty culture every day. Maybe I'm not successful and they still think it's a joke, but they can no longer deny that judgment is a two-way street, and that shifting blame, telling lies, abusing people, and hurting others who never hurt you is not okay. And when others do hurt you, let your actions be a reflection of how to act towards an abuser or master manipulator. Understand that if you were not valuable or mattered, they would probably leave you alone. That's not for me specifically. Of course, I love to stick up for myself when tyrants lie on my name and slander me. However, this is for everybody to take in and run it by those who also might have similar views regarding these types of situations. Never let anybody make you feel like you are less. Always understand that if they were more, they would have no room at all to even discuss you. I want to end it with that and just remind people to always call back your energy whenever somebody tries to take advantage of your energy and claim it for themselves. That's something I talk a lot about on my YouTube channel, if you're interested in hearing it. And if you're interested in discovering how to heal or overcome negativity and hate, be sure to check out my channel, Spiritual Advisor Official, if you guys haven't already done that yet. So, I'm about to end this episode. I have some other things coming up in the works. I won't mention it now, but when I decide to put it out there, you guys will know it. It's going to be happening soon. Whoever's been watching, thanks for listening on this Friday afternoon. Have a great day, and always remember, you matter, you are enough, you don't need approval, and it's okay to love yourself and accept yourself. If a know-it-all tries to correct you on this, they must not know much. Otherwise, they wouldn't even have room to discuss you. Have a great day, everybody.